I just want to know how high the bar is. Do these companies need to really jump over something that's actually quite sizable to convince investors that this rally can be sustained that we had at the beginning of the year around tech?
Well, it's very interesting when you look back the last time. Now, I know Nvidia isn't amongst those that are reporting this week, but last time Nvidia reported, the stock dropped into the earnings. People were saying, "Oh, I can't possibly meet what back then were pretty elevated expectations," and then it completely blew them out of the water. So on the one hand, you have that recent history of concern going into earnings, but there's that second part. The earnings really astounded to the upside. And so I think that that's part of what's helping to drive some of the concerns going into this earnings season, is that it is very much about the Magnificent Seven. They're expected to show growth in earnings. The rest of the S&P 500 is expected to show a decline. So there's this big burden on them, and they probably do face a pretty high bar, in particular to be able to spur sustained gains, because everyone's digested, those Nvidia earnings, some of the other earnings that have gone along. So there is a high bar, not just about what they report now, but about the outlook. Again, recent history, TSMC, the Taiwan chip producer, it reported just recently, and on the face of it, those earnings looked fairly good, but there were concerns about the outlook. Some of the impact got a little bit washed away by the geopolitically induced fluctuations that we saw at the end of last week, but it was still there. And it even came down to, I saw some people talking about the biggest problem with TSMC was that the CEO on the call seemed, far less upbeat. Just his body language wasn't great. Whereas last time round, there were also challenges within the earnings, but he looked and sounded very optimistic, as though, the only way forward was up. So I think the Magnificent Seven need to truly live up to their name and be magnificent, those of them that are reporting this week. Otherwise, we could have some further underperformance from them, or also, there's the concern for the rest of the equities universe, and that highlights one of the concerns in general, which is that a lot of the rally in the last little while has been so narrow.